Well, we come in at a very strange time in our Division III existence today, JB, as we just got some breaking news across the wire. Our friends over at St. Thomas broke news that they have been invited to join Division I in what is called I want to get this right, the Summit League. The Summit League includes teams like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Denver, and Omaha, so pretty large, expansive location or geography to that. What would happen is if this does go through, they're trying to get a waiver from the NCAA to skip Division II. Normally you have to go from Division III to Division II for a year and then to Division I. They're trying to get a waiver, and if they are successful in doing so, they will leave the MIAC in 2021, so they'll get 2 seasons, and I'm going to assume that the MIAC would approve them staying there that long, and then go to Division I, and we would lose another team in Division III at that point. We seem to be in the recession movement right now of Division III football teams from 250
we just
last year.
Just lost Grinnell out in Iowa. Is that where they're located?
Illinois, I believe.
Illinois.
So in doing so here, that would push us down to, I believe, 245 plus 1 at Keystone, so back to 246. What's your thought here? I mean, St. Thomas has been a great competitor in Division III, obviously. It's a school that has enrollment numbers that could be successful for a Division I program, but this is a jump. And a jump for a school that prides itself in academics. When you have to start giving possibly scholarships or some kind of additional grants and aid at a Division I level, it becomes a little bit more hairy for a school like UST.
Well, yeah, and I think the thing that people don't realize, and over the years we've heard what does a Mount Union go just Division I, or this sort of thing. Every single team at St. Thomas will have to, I think, ultimately elevate, right? I mean, it's not just a football decision if they're going to go to a D1 level. Now, maybe it's from the teams that you listed off, like North Dakota, for instance, which I think has been in the the FCS national championship game several years in a row now. Maybe it's different for that level, but my understanding is you can't just elevate one sport like football. Maybe you can do it with lacrosse or certain other things, but it's definitely a big change.
Yeah, you are correct. Unless the sport is not sponsored at the Division I level, you cannot just pick and choose which sports go. So everything goes in this case. The grandfather, as it was called, for sports like hockey, for Union, St. Lawrence, Clarkson, RPI, yep. That grandfather was a one-time situation. Hobart was also grandfather for lacrosse, as was Johns Hopkins. Again, that can't happen in this day and age.
Kind of differently, but yeah.
Yeah. But the point being that those anomaly one major sport in Division I scenarios can't really happen anymore. So St. Thomas would be an all-in at that point, and you know what, Mayak? Congratulations. You really screwed the pooch on this one. I got to be honest. And I do not include St. John's in that assessment because obviously they voted to keep them in. Glenn Caruso and company, can't blame me for trying to do something here. Really. This was absolutely short-sighted and really one of the worst displays I've seen in Division III in quite some time. This is counter the Division III philosophy, what they did. They want to claim that what St. Thomas was doing on the field was against Division III in some format. Well, take a look in the mirror, folks. Take a good look in the mirror. And in the meantime, good luck in the Summit League to St. Thomas. Okay, we didn't expect that coming in as we were just about to go on the air.
We're just going to talk about some East Region football picks, Frank. We got breaking news and all sorts of stuff happening.
I had a good week, but you had a better week again. 9-2, 10-1. You're up 2 games on me right now. I need to make back some ground. I'm not really happy about this, and I need to make a change here. We're going to have, it looks like 11 games we're going to talk about again. So I got a chance here. I've got a chance to get back in this situation,
Yeah.
and I usually like to listen to some good music when I'm going to have such a to start such a situation. I can't even talk today with this cold, especially. Here we go.
Oh man, that's fun. Here we are.
Yes. And there's the first game. Nichols at Western New England is our CCC game we're going to talk about. And I'll tell you, this is a surprise that Nichols is where they are right now, and Western New England is going to have to be careful. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this one is going to be a challenge because we're not sure about the health of Alec Coleman. Brendan Smith did a great job last week in a shootout against UNE, but the Bison have been real close to breaking through. I do feel the Golden Bears will have enough defense behind Coach Brez and company to hang on in another shootout, let's say 45 to 38.
You know what? This week I'm going to go lower scoring, actually. I think Nichols has the ability to keep West New England somewhat at bay. And I just don't know if they have enough guns to score at will against West New England. And the whole sense of, two teams, I think that will be in the 20s in this game. Probably 24-21 in favor of Western New England. And again, if Al Coleman is back, that could be a game changer and make it a higher scoring game for me. But for now, we'll assume either way, Western New England is going to win this game. Okay, I'll have to start this one, and it's the only game of the ECFC Apprentice at Anna Maria. Coach Mulroney, Coach Dan, come on, man. Come on. You got this. Let's go. Let's go. Is that a good impression of him?
Yeah, pretty good.
Thank you. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Anna Maria wins their first game of the season. 30-24.
I'm very tempted, but I'm going to say that the Builders have looked more complete in the games that they have been playing. So I think, unfortunately, for the AMCATs, we're going to be, I think they did a poll online to choose the uniforms. They've got like 4 or 5 different combinations. So I think they're in a blackout situation. I think the Builders will have enough offense to put them over the top. I'll say they'll take this one 31-24.
Coach Stan, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Baker said you're not going to win this game. What are you going to do about this, Coach? Let's go!
Come on.
Utica to Cortland. It's your turn.
Dragons off the bye at home. Utica is going to be tough, but not enough to handle Brett Segala with an extra week of preparation. I will take Cortland to win this one in a low-scoring game, 27-21.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cortland also. Coach Fagiano is going to hate me for this one, and I'll have to buy him some Utica greens afterward to, if they win this game.
Greens.
Utica greens and chicken riggies. We'll go for that too.
Riggies. Oh, riggies.
Chicken riggies.
Okay, yep. Got it.
Utica greens, chicken riggies. We'll say Cortland wins this game by a score of, get it easy again, 41-34. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think. I think both defenses are going to struggle a little bit. Oh, look at the game. Oh, no, we're skipping that one for now. I'm moving that to the bottom. I'm sorry. We're not going to go to the other game that you know.
Did we forget something? I think I did.
It's there. It's there. But we'll move it. MASCAC, I should have stayed in location order is what I should have done. That was my bad. MASCAC, Mass Dartmouth to Framingham State, a game that I am watching according to quick hits coming out later on today.
Yeah.
5-0, or is Framingham State going to move to 2-0 in conference? I'm going to pick Framingham State. Yeah, this is tough. But when you're defending your championship, it's Framingham State, and right now you got nothing to lose. Yeah. You can throw the king caboodle at this whole thing right now. I just like a team that's in that position at that point. My heart goes to the Corsairs here because of what we've been trying to ride here for a little bit. But I got to be honest about Framingham State is not a bad team. They're better than just being abbreviated Fram State on our screen, for instance, and other things. I'm picking Fram State 34-30 in a nail-biter.
Okay. Yeah, what the heck? I'm going to go for the Corsairs. Stephen Gatechuk and company are going to figure out a way. And actually not even Gatechuk. I think it's going to be Tony Slaughter and the Corsairs defense. So they're going to give Adam Wojcinski and company some trouble with some interceptions. And I think the Corsairs, just like last week, are going to outlast them at the end, 21-14.
Okay. Like I said, there's a heart versus head thing going on here for me, so we'll see which one wins out.
Same here, man.
The the NUMAC, Norwich, Springfield. Yeah, that was fixed yesterday by D3Football.com, but it was kind of cute to have them as the NEMWAC for about 5 hours yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
Norwich and Springfield. Boy, this is one of those games that could go either way. You got to go first, so go ahead.
Yeah, I think one of the Achilles heels with the triple option team can be sometimes falling behind to a good passing attack. I think Norwich has enough of that with Matt Dunn and company to stretch the field. Once again, close game. Cadets win it 31-27.
Boy, if I do this again, I'm going against our guests for 2 straight picks. Springfield. You know what? I just think that Coach Cerezulo in a game like this at home stands a very good chance to win it. They need another 100-yard kickoff return probably for touchdown if I had to guess, because they're going to need something special teams based to win this game. I'm going to pick Springfield 28-20. Boy, tough picks this week. Thanks for picking these games. You couldn't get us the softballs this week?
Nope.
Let's go to the MAC. Kings at Misericordia. We had our favorite coach of the week, Coach Nar, on earlier to talk about this game a little bit. Brady Williams has given him fits over the last year. And I'm going to have to pick Misericordia, I think. I'm going against all the guests. I hate doing that. I think that win last week in 4 overtimes was a character-building win. I know Kings had to hold off like homing in that 1913 win. But Misericordia's got the guns offensively, I think, to win this game. 30-20, Misericordia.
Yeah, it's a safe bet to go with the home team most of the time, but I've got a little bit of a cushion here with my 19-2 record. I'm gonna roll the dice once again on Kings College. The Monarchs are going to take care of business with their defense, and they'll win it in a low-scoring game, 24-21.
Was this your crown? Is that what you were trying to do with that? I think it's more like this.
Maybe I should have done that for Utica or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more this. Yeah, crown.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's where you're going. Whew. Salisbury at Montclair State. Shermwood on the ATN podcast this morning. And Montclair State.
He believes in Montclair.
This is a tough one. And you're going.
Well, for note to everybody out there, Salisbury is not a triple option team. They are an option team. They can do more stuff than just run the ball. They can pass it, and they will on their way to it's going to be close at the half, but I think Seagulls pull away late and win it 35-21.
Does it bother you at all, though, that Salisbury's only played a couple games this season?
Yes, I think that is not good for them and their program, so that's why I think it's going to be close early, but they have enough offense once it gets rolling. But maybe the Red Hawks catch them. I don't know. We'll see.
Since it does bother you, and it bothered me before you said it.
Yeah.
Let me go up in flames if I'm going anywhere this week. Montclair State wins this game. You're too happy about this. Montclair State wins it 28-20 at home. I think I keep giving losing teams 20 on the score, so I got to start giving some variety of that. We're going to go to NESCAC next for a reason, and it is Middlebury at Amherst. This is one where I think Amherst just has the experience in these types of situations to outlast a team like Middlebury. I think it's Amherst to lose in my mind now after what's happened with Trinity. Amherst wins 24-17. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take that pick too. I mean, obviously Middlebury threw us off last week. They've managed to win 2 games we didn't think they would. Maybe I should pick the Panthers, but I believe in the Lord Jeff, so Amherst 24-17.
God bless you. That's live. We're keeping it in.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a bad sign for our pick there, I think. Liberty League.
Can you go to full screen for like 20, 30 seconds? For you, not me.
For me? Oh, why, do you have to really sneeze? It's over Union.
I just got to get something. This needs a second.
Oh. Gotcha. I think I know what you're getting. So, if I can get my earpiece back in, which will be impossible, I think, in this position, I will say that Union is obviously going to win this game, JB. This is without a doubt going to happen. I don't know what your problem is. This is easiest pick of the week. Union wins 28-24 with Will Bellamy's strong arm leading the way. Back to you, JB.
Yeah, well, much has been said about the Hobart offense's struggles, but I feel like this is a game where the Hobart defense is going to make a statement and hold the Dutchmen to only 14 points, while the offense will score enough, say 24-14.
I can't keep my earpiece in while having that on. That's the problem.
Apparently this helmet's way too small for my giant head because it just won't even...
I couldn't get mine off. What are you talking about? My head isn't that big, I don't think. Whatever. Okay, so that's the In the Huddle Bowl, as we call it, because your alma mater versus mine. Boy, your hair looks great right now. You might want to get that hat back on.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Jen's going to write in and say that she wants to kill you for showing that. Brockport at St. John Fisher is our bonus pick number 1. It's the Courage Bowl. You pick first.
Let's see here. Fisher really looked great in their second half comeback against Ithaca. But the Freddie June train is starting to get rolling here. I think the Golden Eagles and Coach Potter's offense is ready to trade blows. It's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I think Brockport takes it, say 38-35. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was the score of the game last week against Ithaca, if I remember correctly, for Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
See, can't fool me. You can engorge engulf my head in the helmet, but you can't fool me. I'm going to say Brockport wins as well. I just see Freddie June and company rolling it up here, and this is typically a high-scoring game, at least historically, generally. Brockport's made some exceptions to that rule lately on that. But when Rochester was in this game, it was definitely high-scoring. I'll say Brockport wins 45-30. We have one game left, and if folks at Endicott really thought we were going to forget them, we'll do it without the music. You're off your rocker. Endicott at Salve, Virginia. Well, this'll age really well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I got to pick first, don't I?
I think Salve's running back Moriello could give the Gulls a bit of a challenge, but I feel like Joe Kowalski and company have enough offense to take care of business. I think this could be a low-scoring game, maybe kind of like the one we saw with Salve against Montclair. Okay, now the Gulls are going to win 42-24. Never mind.
You just got pressured by a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds to up your score, you realize.
Yeah, I did, because I remember, win by 3. No, they're going to win by 38.
So will I, for that matter. I think that Endicott's going to win this game by a decent margin. I do think the Salve will keep it close, at least initially, because Moriello is a special running back indeed. This is not Becker. Okay, let's make this clear. 1-3 Salve, Virginia. They're not 1-3 in my mindset here. or not a
No.
1-3 team typically.
Much stronger team.
But it's going to be high scoring across the board, 47-27 in favor of Endicott. And there you have it, our lightning picks.
Only took half an hour to do.
Yeah, no, we're only at 20 minutes right now. So we got two pieces of business we have to get or deal with right now after we take our header off the screen. First off, I think you want to wish somebody, as our banner down below says.
Special guest, yeah.
So go ahead, tell me about it.
I had to drop him off at school earlier, so it was a bit of a delay to get. We couldn't get here on at 11 o'clock, but I wanted to wish my son, Declan, who's a teenager. I can't believe it. He's turning 13 today, and so I just wanted to wish him a very happy birthday. We had a nice little party last night, got some presents and stuff, and so.
Is that the photo of last night?
Yep, that was last night, and he was a happy camper. I'll look forward to hanging out with him some more this weekend, but just wanted to wish him a very happy 13th birthday. I can't believe he's 13.
Happy birthday, Declan. Happy birthday. Woo! And I think your wife, Jen's birthday is coming up, isn't it, next week?
Next Friday, yeah, the 11th. So I've got Declan today, my daughter Fiora on the 8th, and then Jen on the 11th. It's the most expensive week of the year.
Next Friday, I bring it up for a reason. Next Friday is a big day for both of us, her birthday, and I'm wearing the NGFFL shirt here. It stands for National Gay Flag Football League. I am a member of the NYGFL, New York Gay Flag Football League, as an official for the last 8 years. And we are a member city, one of 24 cities nationally that is part of the NGFFL. We host, the NGFL hosts something called Gay Bowl every year. This is the 19th Gay Bowl coming up next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so we will pre-record our picks show and premiere on Friday next week. So we will not be live next week. But 64 teams from across the country, including, I believe, 16 women's teams, if I remember correctly, are going to be descending upon Randall's Island in New York City to play flag football for 4 different championships. We'll see how that goes. We are prepping here. It's going to be pretty much my entire life for the next week, and we will try to bring you some highlights of that if we can. One thing people don't realize is that a lot of Division III players that graduate do go on to play flag football recreationally to sort of just stay in the game. When they go to blank city to work, Boston, New York, whatever, it's a way to stay in the game, social, and all that other stuff. There are a lot of co-ed leagues around and all male and all women leagues around. And this one, while it's a gay league, has I think probably about 15% of our players in New York are straight. And we do have some Division III players. Preston Roberts was a running back from WPI that I called his name when I used to do union games back in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And he is a player, actually one of the captains of a New York team next week in the national tournament. Cool. And he quarterbacks and captains that team usually, or he's one of their quarterbacks at least, and runs like the wind still to this day, even though he's a little bit older. So yeah, there is a big Division III connection that forms here, and Adam Turer actually wrote a little bit about one of the players that was a Division III convert over to this after graduation last year in his ATN section. So there's that for you. So we're going to be pretty busy for the next week and a half, but I am going to Union for the first time in 3 years tomorrow. I want to say one thing off the bat. By doing this, okay. You can see John Audino's name actually right here for what he signed. And, by doing this, it does not mean all is forgiven and forgotten with certain things that happened. When I was on the Booster Club, there were some things that I was very upset about how that program got handled before Coach Behrman came along. And even during, some of the things are being changed in preparation for him. This is not against Coach Behrman. It's not against the team.
Nope. He's done a
great job. Coach Behrman wanted a job as a football coach, and he deserved one. Yeah. Okay? So this is not against him. or what's happened. The players have been outstanding toward us. Jack Riley last year, a great interview with him. Will Bellamy's been a great social media responder with us and whatnot. And is part of the reason I actually said I would come back this year for the first time. Will and I had a little bit of back and forth, and I said I would. We didn't know it would be tomorrow. But
the people have spoken.
The people have spoken, and while you can't forgive and forget necessarily everything in the world, you can live on and move on. And we're going to move on for now, for a day at least. And if you're there, what I'd ask you to do as a Union or a Hobart fan at the game is let me know you're there. Say hi to me. Make my day go well, because it will be emotional for me. This is not easy in a lot of ways. Coach Ardino went back last year for the name of the field to Bob Bertagna's field last year, and it wasn't easy on him. It's not going to be easy on me. It was 21 years of my life, and I basically had to walk away from it because of some things that I just don't agree with in the Division III sense. But it is what it is right now for a day. Let's all have a good time tomorrow at Frank Bailey Field. How's that? Okay, let's just get this straight, dude. This is Union's game. It's Union's game. Would you put it back up? We'll try to get our our shot for. Look, it's even a bigger letter than yours. You. Okay. So, folks, instead of putting you through helmet wars, we are going to end this show for this week. Appreciate you joining us. The St. Thomas news, if you missed it, is at the beginning of the show. Go back to the top of the show. You should definitely hear what's going on there. And, boy, that looks horrible. So, JB?
Yeah, it does.
There we go. I can't hear you, and maybe it's better that way. We'll see you next week, or after this weekend. And look for us on Twitter with some highlights throughout the weekend, especially for me at Frank Bailey Field. I'll let you, your name card's on there, by the way, bud. I don't know what that's about. Thanks for joining us, folks.